Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Leaf. Man, I am getting tanned. I need to be carrying an umbrella more. That is a thing with New Leaf. You basically, the more you're in the sun without carrying an umbrella, the more tanned your character gets. This ain't me anymore. I mean, this would be me after becoming just charred, but... Hey there, Steven. Thanks for letting me come over the other day. I found something I thought would be perfect for your place. Please take it as a thank you for having me. Your pal, Bon Bon. Alright. So, first stop is going to... Okay, classic table. First stop is gonna be retail, because I want to check the turnip price. I'm probably still gonna sell in the afternoon, though. What can I do for you? What's the latest? In the middle, redecorating my place. You want to replace my hi-fi stereo? Nope! Not unless I can find another music player. That is not happening. Okay. Let's see. What is the turnip price right now? Turnip for what? 93. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the afternoon. Yesterday might have been the only good price. Not buy at least one of these. There's so much here. I know. There is a lot. I would like to use this space. I would. What would I like to sell? Classic table. It's pretty classic. 400? Nah, I think you mean 200. Bam. Okay. So we're still gonna be waiting for the afternoon. I really need an umbrella. Oop, pretty morning, right? What's up? So what's up? One of the things I love most about the Oracle are cherry trees. Might get me a cherry. Yeah, I'll have to go to my storage, but I can... Wait, no, I think we have one cherry tree still. That still has cherries on it. Way over here. I mean, I still would like to go back to my storage, but... yes! Because I think, honestly, just given how little I water things, I could... Well, no. I could shift the watering can over and put the slingshot away to carry an umbrella with me. And I know I've got the ghost umbrella. I just think I might have put it in a letter and then stored the letter. Wait, this cherry? I brought you a cherry. All the cherries just really like cherries. I mean, can't blame them. Cherries are pretty good. Smells so yummy. Yeah, yummy! Flavors beyond flavorful. Wait, I have to thank you. You really don't. I don't need a tent rug. I'm not living in a tent anymore. Also, if my hair looks wetter than normal, I just showered not long ago for one. But also... I forgot to take my hairdryer with me, and I'm too lazy to plug it in here. Plus, I don't trust that my power bars could actually handle having the hairdryer plugged into them. So, and I know I could just, like, walk, like, 15 feet back to the bathroom, plug in the hairdryer. But I have also heard that hairdryers are really not great for your hair, so... just letting it dry. This might be a bad idea. I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking I put the umbrella... Oh, no. No. No, that's the lacy parasol. I mean, I do have it, but that's not the one I was looking for. I was looking for my ghost one. I mean, I'll use a lacy one. I'll be a fancy bean. Like... Put the slingshot away. I don't shoot things down with the slingshot. But I would like to get back to my pasty complexion, so gonna have to carry this around. Swap to the shovel to dig stuff up. I know it's not sunny today, but I need to get into this habit. So, I did encounter a kind of... what was initially a fun thought experiment that I feel like I kind of gamed the fun out of. Oh, Poppy! Good morning, Steph. How can I help you? Just want to chat. Look, asked me a while ago to pick something up. I got so busy I forgot to deliver it. So I asked you to deliver it for me. Yeah, I can. No problem. I mean, I'm not selling my turnips right now, so I don't really care about the inventory space being used up. So basically, picture this. Someone, the post just says a billionaire, but someone exorbitantly rich comes up to you and says, "Hey, you, gamer, you have 30 days to defeat as many bosses as possible, but only in one game. Every boss you defeat, you get $10 million. What game are you picking?" Now, my first thought went to Monster Hunter. That is literally boss fights the game. Like, all large monsters are boss fights. That's just how that game is designed. But then, I thought a little more about it. Phantasy Star Online 2. Omega Masquerade is on his own 999 boss fights. And it doesn't say anything about, well, you can't defeat the same one multiple times. Regular, depth 1, lowest difficulty, Omega Masquerade, can be defeated in seconds with just decent gear. So, yeah, I am within a day going to be making that billionaire not a billionaire anymore. Because it doesn't have that kind of stipulation to it. And that's the kind of fun thing about these thought experiments is, they leave themselves open for basically genie wishes a lot. Where it's like, clearly whoever wrote that is someone who's probably not much of a gamer, or only plays games that simply don't have many bosses in them, so they think boss fights are a rarity. But even, say, Star Ocean the Second Story, outside of the 10 Wise Men, there's probably about 10 to 15 boss fights, and then there's the 10 Wise Men, which are 10, well, it's not 10 individual boss fights, it's 5 more. You're probably looking at 25 to 30 boss fights in Star Ocean Second Story R before the post-game dungeon. Which adds in 3 to 4 more, gives you the ability to fight another one. There's a lot of boss fights. 3 to 4 playthroughs can easily be done in a month, and that right there is $1 billion. At last, this is something like our house right now. I also heard you were redecorating. You were just there yesterday. Are you hoping I put it up for sale? I'm sorry. Also, I have a thing to give to Cookie really quick. It's your morning stuff. Hope it's so great, Ginger Snap. What's going on? We got a delivery. I gotta give this to Cookie first, Bonbon. What? This is the thing I asked Poppy for. Let's just open it up. That's right, Ginger Snap asked for an office locker. So much nicer in person. Thanks for your help. Here's a thank you gift. Alright. Office locker. The grapefruit table. Hope you like it. One of these times, they're going to give me the item they just received. And, pretend it's not actually the item they just received. Okay, I know Poppy is, right there, but I've made Bonbon wait long enough. Oh, she was just here yesterday. Bonbon. I mean, my memory's bad, don't get me wrong, but how is your memory this bad? I already love it. Thought you replaced my looks. Yeah, because you just saw it. Oh, jeez. Hiccups and gas. Not a fun combination. We got this. You can see it deflate. So you like to cuddle up with a mama bear every now and then, too? Yeah, having this kind of fluffy friend around is great on your yucky day. It is. I mean, so is something like this. Because, I mean, you can just kind of... You can just kind of do that, and then, like, this, you can just kind of... You just do that. I mean, she likes the bear. I mean, I can't... I can't say I blame her. That room does have 2 pictures of bears, too. Like, you know... But yeah, I'm honestly kind of curious, under those stipulations, like, what you guys would pick for your game. Seriously, cool straight TV. Totally, watch the news on this. I wouldn't. The news is depressing. In this room, I can totally see it, so are you. I'm also gonna pop this open. Alright, we got some storage. It's pretty nice. And this is where my gold nuggets go, but it's fine. I sucked up enough of the ambience in here for today. I think I'll head out. Send me over. I know you're busy. Do this again sometime. If you want to see my house again tomorrow, I swear. I have also started poking at another Pokemon ROM hack that I am undecided on so far, which I'll talk about here in a second. Hey, Steph, so you're feeling extra cheerful this morning. Yep, you delivered it. Delivering that packaged cookie. Cookie say anything? That's right. It's got a reward. Good. So I'm gonna actually need to fire up my little emulator machine. It's not really firing it up. It's just in standby. I have just named it Ultra Gold. It's a Fire Red ROM hack that basically is recreating, from what I understand, basically Gen 2, but also with the addition of 2 other regions, as well as, like, most Pokemon. Like, so I should really put this back into standby, because it is playing music, and I don't want to risk any of that music being, like, licensed. The thing that's making me a little undecided about it is they're not just remaking Gen 2. Like, you're not just replaying through Gen 2's story. It very much seems like it has its own story going on. And that can be very hit or miss. I'm not the biggest fan when ROM hacks do that. Like, now, admittedly, I might just be a bit jaded from, in the past, playing a bunch of older ROM hacks that, like, basically their story was just edgelord being edgelord. It doesn't help that there are still ROM hacks that are basically edgelording for the sake of being edgelord. Like, you know, Pokemon Crippling Debt Edition just screams edgelord to me. It also screams they're an American. But, you know, like, I remember for a while, there was, like, a large number of ROM hacks that were basically like, ooh, zombie story. It's like, really? Yeah. You have all of Pokemon to work with, and you're doing a zombie story. Really? Funnily enough, those ROM hacks kind of stopped. At least I stopped hearing about them around the time of Black and White, when we got Coffagregious, you know, the Pokemon with the ability Mummy that effectively turns other Pokemon into zombies, that then spread that zombie virus to others. So Game Freak just did that, but in a honestly much more creative way, at least in my opinion. I do feel like I should talk about this because I just thought of it. People are upset with Nintendo again, because of course they are. Because, also, wait. It's Splatoon Raiders Day. Yeah, please try and keep spoilers out of the comments. I don't know exactly when the game unlocks, but I may or may not have even gotten to play it yet by the time you guys are seeing this, if you're watching it as it's uploaded. So, I will say again later when, like, spoilers are okay for Splatoon Raiders. I'm gonna try and give it, like, around 2 weeks. But yeah, people are upset with Nintendo again, because Nintendo basically came out and said, yeah, we don't think you guys should get the tariff hikes back, because they kinda didn't. Like, and I'm of two minds on this. One, yeah, it does kind of suck that we've had to pay more for things. But also, like, the thing to consider is that, like, the price hikes for the tariffs were still extra money that Nintendo paid. Like, I know the thing is, oh, but they just pass that cost along to the consumer. It's like, yeah, that is how trade works. Like, if I have a product, like let's say I'm selling these hair clips, selling them, and I'm able to acquire them, so I don't make them myself directly. Like I don't make all the components, so maybe I assemble it somehow. Because like there's like this little punch, so maybe I do the little punch, and my supplier ends up having to raise prices due to something. I then have to raise prices because I probably wasn't making a huge profit on these in the first place. That's why a lot of companies kind of just went bankrupt or stopped selling things under those tariffs. Steve, I'm glad to see you're doing so well. Yeah, kind of. It's like taking a trip to Oracle. Steven just come down a trip here with running some errands. It's very fair. Mo! Oh, this is an old Steven. I can visit Oracle today. Good to see ya. And Peck. There you are again. It's nice running into you. Can't say the same, my man. Can't say the same. But, like, and the thing is, like, I'm going to explain this very basically, but a tariff is an import tax. It's not a tax on the other people. It's basically an extra tax to pay to import something. So, you know, if I'm selling those for $1 and then a 50% tariff gets thrown on them, well, if I'm importing it for $1, like the materials, so I'm then selling for $1.50, and then a 50% tariff gets thrown onto it, well, now it's costing me $1.50 to import them. It's not costing the person that, you know, because I had tariffs work, it's not costing the other guy anything. They're still selling it to me for $1, but I have to pay a 50% tax on that as the person importing it. Like, that, honestly, like, it's partially where I'm also in the camp of like, yeah, I can't blame Nintendo for wanting that money. They paid for the tariff, kind of, like, to import the thing into the US in this specific case. And, like, I don't want to get terribly political, but I'm very much in the camp of, like, I wish people would get their money back, but also that includes the companies that had to also pay that tax. Like, you buying the product off the shelf isn't actually you paying the tariff. You're just paying an inflated price. So I got in my pockets right now. It's a striking outfit. Tree sewing for it. How about, let's see, your parent. Why? I don't want to say no. Because, like, I don't want to be mean. She just ruined her house for no good reason. But like that's where I'm kind of with Nintendo, but I'm also with regular folks too. Man, too many choices today. What do I pick, sister? I mean, that table's pretty cheap. And that's what she's going for. Well, if she still wants it by the time I have sold all of this stuff, which does take absolutely forever. Hey. Huh? What's going on here? How can this item be so cheap? It's gotta be a mistake, right? Buy it. Okay, it shall be mine. Excuse me, I'll be having this item? So, I'm just gonna give you the cash directly. Easier that way. Everything's coming up Pala. Indeed. Again, I know I could sell things for more and animals would still buy them, but... I don't like doing that. It just feels wrong. Like, you're literally exploiting their AI to get as many bells as you can out of them. That just feels wrong. I just cannot bring myself to do it. But like, Nintendo's big argument that I do agree with is that people who bought things under inflated prices did so because they still felt that the price was fair. If you didn't think the price was fair, you probably didn't buy it. Because that's how commerce works. Like... And I imagine most people would agree with that. And again, if it's explained in the way that you're not, as the customer, you're not paying the tariff, you're paying the markup that the tariff necessitated. I mean, that's, you know, that's just commerce. You decided the price was fair and bought it anyway. I wish I wasn't so gassy. Jeez. Like... jeez. So, like, I'm in their camp, honestly. I'm more in their camp than not. Which I know might anger some people, but to be fair, it's also just the thing to be angry at Nintendo, and I just can't. Out of all of the big companies I've ever seen or heard of, Nintendo's probably just the best. Like, I mean that, just literally, like... Oh, but they go after modders and ROM hackers. It's like, yeah, if you're actively modifying their consoles that they are actively selling against their terms of service, they're gonna be upset with you. Like, you are literally breaking their terms of service. They are within the terms of service, within their rights to do something about that. You agreed to that by setting up the console. And most people who end up modding, say, their Switch, probably set up a Switch at some point, which in doing so, you agree to not mod your Switch. And that applies to any Switch that you might own, not just that one you set up. The law isn't that stupid, you know. And whether you agree with that or not doesn't change the fact that that is what you agreed to. Like, if we're gonna give companies grief for changing the terms of the sale after the sale, then we have to hold ourselves accountable too for those times that we wish to change the terms of the sale after the sale. Like, especially where, quite honestly, in that situation, if you know, simply don't want to agree to those terms, you can return the Switch. Like, Nintendo has a return policy. Most stores have a return policy. Like, and the argument of, but I want to play Switch games, so buy them. Like, that argument doesn't really hold water. It's it's a modern system. Like, maybe I'm old school when it comes to piracy, but I don't emulate a console until it is no longer being produced. I do not pirate console games until I can no longer purchase them. I mean, the moment a company stops selling me their games, yeah, I'll pirate them. But they have to stop selling them to me first. And, like, I do have some leeway on that, because, like, if it's a game that is on, say, PC and console, I might end up pirating it on PC and then ultimately buy it later on console if I actually liked it. But that just comes down to, usually those are digital-only purchases, and even when buying games on a console, I tend to be pretty picky. I don't just buy anything. I make pretty darn sure I'm gonna like it first. You know, I don't just buy games willy-nilly. You know, I'm doing research into them before I buy them. Buying games is expensive, so I'm going to be responsible with my money, thanks. You know. I'll never understand these people who just buy a game because it exists. Like, I don't get that. I mean, there are some game series that I will buy a new game in right away. Splatoon as one of them. As much as I haven't been the biggest fan of Splatoon 3, it didn't, like, offend me in any way. Like, it's still a good game, I just haven't played it that much. And I kind of hate that I haven't played it that much, because it's not a bad game. I want to play it more. I just really am struggling to do so. So, given Splatoon Raiders is a game that I'm not going to have any sort of memories attached to a certain someone with, you know, I'll probably be able to play it a lot easier. And I'm really excited to play it, because I love Splatoon. Like, which I need to share this story still, because it's been a while since I have. But, for how much I like Splatoon, you would think that I was, like, there day one. And I did try one of their, like, global test fires for, like, 20 minutes. Like, and I came away from it basically going, this is just Team Fortress 2, but I can't change weapons. And it's third person. I've talked at length about how I'm not the biggest fan of third-person games. You know, I basically went into it being a hater. And I didn't properly play it, the first Splatoon, until after the final Splatfest. Like, it was well after the final Splatfest, I finally gave in and played it. And I fell in love with it. And if I had actually sat down to play it sooner, I probably would have fallen in love with it much sooner. But I did, because I was being edgy for edgy's sake, basically. You know, what's up, Cookie? Oh my gosh, psychic powers are beyond strong today. Totally knew it could help you say it now and tried it on you. Let's do this. Tell me what you think when I say Oracle or Town. Well, pick one of these. I think of you. You're in the town. It's coming to me. See inside your mind. Hello there. Hello. Oh, who's that? Hey, it's me. Looking back at me. You're totally thinking about me? I'm like so flattered right now. I know. Once you meet me, it's kind of hard to get me out of your mind, Ginger Snap. You are pretty cute, I gotta say. Like, gotta say, Cookie is pretty cute. I'm still trying to think of how I'm gonna do this path over here. Really need Blair to move in so I know, like, if Blair builds her house, like, right here, that's gonna complicate things. So, like, I don't want to, like, fully commit to trying to build out this path yet. Honestly, given it's not December yet, I can't really fully commit to building any paths because, you know... For those who don't know, while I have the rule right now that I have to let villagers leave if they ask to leave. Ignore that I've not been the best at actually doing that. Once December hits, every villager I have is the villager I'm finishing the series with. That's just how I do things. And especially when it comes to New Leaf, I can't have a villager moving in like December, you know, 20th. Like, that is not enough time to learn what present they want. Like, Toy Day is the thing, and, you know... I haven't gotten to talk with Sable yet. I get so busy with other things. Right, because I went straight to, like, look for my umbrella. I'm gonna actually check, Label's side. I don't remember if she goes by Label or Label here. Is she goes by Label still? Don't remember. But yeah, like, once December hits, December 1st, the villagers we have are the villagers we have. That is just how it's gonna be. So until then, I can't solidly commit to roads. They're gonna be a bit fluid until then, because villagers are going to be causing problems. Okay, it's Label. Don't really want any of this stuff. Sorry, Labelle. Hey! Hey, Mabes. Oh, hi, Vic. Oh, Steven, you're for fun, cud. I wish you were. Just want to chat, Sabes. Every week after close up on Thursdays, I like to relax and watch a little TV. Say Mabel recorded my favorite soap for me, Pointed Love 2026. Two main characters are porcupines who break up, get back together, break up again, get together, go sideways, upside down, go to the bar occasionally, break up there, then get back together at home. You know, typical soap routine. What happened this week? Let's see what Esther's up to. She came back in season 5. And the spoilers in Porcupine TV Weekly about how Reginald will be getting a new prescription. Really? It's just that indecisive heroine that keeps me watching. Sometimes I get jealous of her. I'm trying to think of ways I can, like, modify that to keep it kind of like that something's actually kind of new happening each week. It's just always involving Reginald. He's just getting new prescription glasses this time. I don't know what goes on in soap operas. That's kind of the problem. I don't watch soaps, so I don't really know what goes on in them. It's a bit of a problem for, like, trying to, like, figure out what is, like, going on. Okay, I was supposed to say, I got a bunch of flowers right now. I put them all down already. I'm debating getting my axe and chopping this down and this down, but again, I'm just gonna wait. I will wait for now. I was debating chopping these trees down, but, like, I feel like waiting is just the way to go, because all of my plans could completely change just by Blair moving in. So, yeah. That is going to be it for today, though. So with that, I thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Leaf. See you all then.